Hello guys, trust you guys are doing very well. So I just want to share something with you. Something happened to me recently, and it's actually opened my eyes to something very important. I was at work, and usually, if I'm not that busy mentally, I just, you know, engage myself in worship. And on this day, I started worshiping in my spirit, of course, and humming some songs. So I started singing certain songs that just came up in my heart as I was worshiping. And a couple of songs down the line, I can remember singing, I think about three songs or more. Then there was this new sound that, dropped in my heart, and I held it in my head, and I was trying to develop on that sound, put words to it, and all that. So eventually it became sort of like a chorus in my head, and I sang it a couple of times, while at work. It actually dropped in my heart to just pull out my phone and record, which is what I usually do, just to capture it so that eventually I can come back to it later. But on this very day, I just decided not to do that. I was at work, and I just felt it wasn't appropriate at that point in time to just bring out my phone and start humming on my phone, recording. So the day ended, and I came home. The following morning, it was while I was having my time with the Lord at the place of prayer that I was reminded about the fact that there was a song the previous day that I had caught, but I'd obviously lost. So at that point, it dawned on me like, what? I didn't actually capture this sound, and now I can't even remember, anything about the song. So I started praying, and I was praying that the Holy Spirit should, help me to remember that sound. And I stayed there for a while. I was praying in the Spirit, trusting that the Holy Spirit will bring that sound back to me. And after a while, those known songs, those songs that I actually knew before, that was worshiping the Lord with, they started coming to my mind one after the other. And it so happened that the three songs that I was actually singing in that moment, the first one came into my mind. Then as I was singing that, the second one came, and then the third one came. So I was really happy, even though the particular tune that I was trusting the Holy Spirit to bring back to my memory had not come at that time. But I was happy for the fact that the songs that I was singing in that moment that birthed the new song, the fresh sound that I've not heard before that time. And it kind of like gave me an assurance that yes, so I'm kind of like in that terrain, in that realm, if you know what I mean. I had to go to work shortly that morning, so I couldn't really persist at the place of prayer to just stay there till the entire thing comes. But I was happy. I left happy, and I was giving thanks to God, at least for reminding me of the songs that I was singing, that birthed this new song. While I was at work and, just going about my business, somewhere down the line, the particular tune, the particular sound that came the previous day, that prayed, that forgotten, then prayed to God to remind me of that sound. That same sound now started coming back to me, and at that point I was like, okay. So for a while I kind of like sang it in my head. I actually didn't get the entire thing that I had the previous day, but I got about like 70 to 80% of it, and which was really good for me. Then I started singing it for a while until it became concretized in my head. And I quickly just took a break and went to the toilet. So I quickly brought out my phone and, recorded it, hummed it on my phone, and that was it. So, yeah, we have a helper in the Holy Spirit. We are not left helpless. We are not left comfortless. Jesus was speaking to his disciples and telling them that the helper, the comforter whom the Father will send in his name, that it will teach them all things and it will bring all things to their remembrance, whatsoever he had told them, prior to that time. So I just want to encourage you. Are you actually leveraging the help of the Holy Spirit as much as you should? We are not helpless. We are not. We have a teacher. We have a comforter. We have all that we need as a standby help in the Holy Spirit if you will just engage him. Will you just give him space? If you invite him into that situation that you're struggling with, if you invite him into that course that you're really struggling with, into that subject that you're struggling with so hard, don't forget, he is the Holy Spirit. He knows all things. He has answers to all things. Why not leverage his help today and be all that God has ordained for you to be? Till I see you again in another one, remain blessed. Enjoy the fellowship of the Holy Spirit. Bye.